This is Shanghai Flyer speaking, and today we're going to Helsinki with Japan Airlines. Good morning from a fair January day at Tokyo Narita after a laborious 90 minutes drive from downtown Tokyo. With the terminal under renovation, the premium check-in counters are anything but premium, but there is at least an improvised posh security entrance that brought me airside in less than 5 minutes. Given that I avoid Narita at all costs, the first thing I'm headed off to see is the terminal map. In Terminal 2, which primarily operates international flights, there are an impressive count of 4 oneworld lounges, although only half of them are worth the visit. First stop today is the Japan Airlines Sakura Business Class Lounge. This largest lounge in Narita hosts Japan Airlines premium customers as well as oneworld Sapphire and Emerald. The business class section spans over 2 floors, primarily composed of dining areas. I arrived at around noon on a weekday, and the lounge can't get any more crowded than this. The food selection, on the other hand, is nothing fancy, but certainly can fill you up if you are peckish. I'm almost never a fan of crowds, so I strolled down the terminal to the Admirals Club, which has proven to be a wise decision given the later coronavirus outbreak. Now, don't be deceived by the Admirals Club at Narita. The name might sound like a nightmare while in the US, where there's no complimentary hot food and alcohols. Narita is a strategic hub for American Airlines, as it is a crucial intermediary in terms of trans-Pacific travel. The Admirals Club has a rather obsolete but well-maintained interior. If you are looking for food, definitely solve the problem at the Sakura Lounge before coming here. The best perk of this lounge is undoubtedly how unpopular it is, as many Japan Airlines customers wouldn't proactively enter an American Airlines lounge. Now comes the highlight of every journey with Japanese carrier, the ever so organized boarding process. The Boeing 787-9 operating our flight today has a low density configuration with only 195 seats in total. The Dreamliner today is equipped with a Apex suite in a 222 layout. This is arguably one of the most private and spacious non-enclosed business class product in the industry today. My seat today left a lot to be desired, as I would never voluntarily choose an aisle seat in the centre, so apologise in advance for unable to film the takeoff in London. Waiting at the seat upon boarding is a menu card, headphone slipper, blanket and a bottle of water. The space of the Apex suite is truly outstanding. You can comfortably stand upright inside your little cubicle, while the TV monitor can also be ranked one of the largest in business class standard. The menu looks quite standard, but I have to admit there's some exciting content. Japan Airlines brings their home country's world-famous culinary delight to 40,000 feet by incorporating an array of haute couture Michelin restaurants, from the 2-star Michelin, Asia's 50 best Le Frivasson, to traditional kaiseki master kurogi. This is the only airline where you can consistently taste Michelin-starred cuisine every time you fly.
We wish you a pleasant flight.
One criticism I always have for Japan Airlines is that they really should find another way to present the headphone other than putting it in a mass market looking pink plastic wrapping. On the other note, the amenity kit is a handy leather pouch designed by Michelin Kitsune, featuring an array of stereotypical Japanese amenities such as a moisture mask. Obviously, the absolute highlight of a flight leaving Japan on board a Japanese carrier is always the Japanese gastronomy. I'll leave you a piece for the meantime to enjoy this spectacle for the eyes. Now that wraps up the best business class food I've had in quite a while. As much as the food itself satiated my desire, the dishes curated by Le Frivasson also resolved the long-lasting conundrum of mine for unable to obtain a reservation due to the restaurant's overwhelming popularity. Apex Suite, although private, does not have a full enclosure, which makes the cabin a lot more spacious and clean. Now's the time to dress in the Japan Airlines specialty cardigan pajama to enjoy the 7 hours left in our journey across the Eurasia continent. The relatively short flight time means another full meal is slightly overwhelming, so I opted for a braised beef dish along with truffle oil ramen noodle. To conclude the flight, I was proactively offered a coffee beverage called yuanyang from a Hong Kong-based cabin crew. This is the textbook of hospitality at a personal level. As the stratosphere grows rose gold, we have also reached ceiling and entered our final descent into a snow-covered Helsinki in January. In a world where fully enclosed suite is becoming the trend, Japan Airlines may not have a fancy seat, but its food and hospitality are emblematic of the best of Japanese culture and will certainly remain as a precious heritage for the airline. This was my first time flying long haul with Japan Airlines, and I'm sure it won't be the last, especially when I didn't have a window seat. Once again, it has been a pleasure, and I can't wait for our next departure.
Flight, please check your boarding gate fees by the information board after arrival. Boarded at the